All right, we're live. We're back again. This is Better Than. You might have found us through Better Than podcast. Hopefully, you found us through Better Than Barter, our app. Hopefully, you caught wind of that. This is the Just One Billionaire crowdfunding campaign for the Better Than Barter app. In case you didn't know what's going on here, this is what we're doing. I've kind of put the podcast on hold for a little while for people who found me through that. This is my main focus right now. Our developers are getting closer and closer. We need to be able to have our developers work on this full time. So this is a crowdfunding campaign to help raise money to allow them to do that. Sorry, I just realized I was going to be kicking things. So this is the fourth live stream that we've done, or that I've done, or that we've done for sure. And the topic today that I want to talk to you guys about is pretty fitting. The topic today is stability. This is the fourth podcast, so the energy is perfect that the topic today would be stability, because I want you guys to think of a table for a moment. And what happens if you take away one of the legs of that table, right? You've got instability. So the number 4 truly energetically represents full stability in all areas of your square. If you want to think of this psychologically, whether that be emotional stability, physical stability, financial stability, or spiritual stability, right? All 4 of those things are really important for you to feel like you're on your square. And the reason that I bring this up, if you've been following this live stream campaign, you know that I'm making an equivalency between a narcissistic abusive relationship and the relationship of the people of the world with the elite class or the wealthy, I guess. And my reason for doing that is I want to wake people up to the fact that no one is really out there looking out for you. I know that we're, electing representatives, at least here in America, we're electing representatives, and we vote for them based on what they're going to say that they do for us. And many, many times, those things that they say that they're going to do for us don't actually work out. This is just one example of the type of narcissistic relationship that I view humanity in right now. If you in your life are put in a situation with someone who takes away any one of your legs of stability, whether it be financial, emotional, physical, spiritual, whatever it is, if there's someone in your life that affects one of those or maybe all of those, I'm sure many people out there have found themselves in one situation or another. So you might be able to identify with this. But if one or more of those legs is compromised, there is a deep, deep suffering that happens, because we as human beings are have evolved or divinely designed, or however you think of it. We have all of these defense mechanisms within us, our genes or whatever they are, that require a certain level of security in all of those areas. Whether it be your body, obviously, you can't, thinking of this in terms of a narcissistic relationship, you can't be with a narcissist who's going to hurt you, right? That doesn't make sense. And you would want to get out of that situation as fast as you could. Some people don't. We can get into the reasons of why that is another time. Today we're talking about stability, right? Or if someone comes at you spiritually, attacks your morals, things like that, when you don't feel like you're in the wrong. That, another person doesn't have a right to tell you how to believe, right? If somebody attacked you verbally or emotionally or whatever because of your beliefs, you wouldn't want to be around that person. And we see that in the world with, excuse me, I'm sorry. We see that in the world with religious divides, right? So what I'm saying is, if you were to find yourself in a situation where your partner or a parent or a child or whatever, whatever it would be, did things actively to um, pull you down from your square, did things actively to compromise your stability, your very first reaction to that should be to end that behavior. Um, this comes down to a matter of self-worth, right? If you have self-worth, you're not going to allow yourself to be abused in any type of situation. Um, and again, that's a conversation for another time, why it is that people don't do that. But today I'm talking about actually standing in our power and realizing that we're powerful. So again, stability is a necessity of life. It's a necessity. Having stability. Now, you might, you might say, well, if your house burns down, like, where's your stability, right? Yeah, things like that happen all the time. Loved ones get sick, or you might get sick yourself, right? Or your house might burn down. There might be a flood. Some sort of trauma might be bestowed upon you or people that you love. That's going to happen because that's the nature of this 3D physical reality. Is we're vulnerable. Our bodies are vulnerable, our emotions are vulnerable, all of these things, right? So there is enough potential trauma in the world when things are balanced in harmony as it is. It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense to continue to allow behavior that continues to add more suffering, right? Whether it be in a narcissistic abusive relationship or humanity as a whole, between people who have so much and people who have nothing. And by so much, I mean money, I mean power, I mean authority, and people who literally have nothing except maybe each other if they're lucky enough, right? It doesn't make sense to allow for that type of suffering in a personal relationship or in the collective of humanity, right? It doesn't make sense. So what is there to do? We need to act, right? The person in the relationship who is being abused on any one of their 4 pillars, on any one of those 4 pillars, they need to do something. They need to act, right? They need to remove that negative energy from their space so that they can come back to themselves, so that they can stop doubting themselves, so that they can begin to heal from the trauma that's happened to them. Humanity needs to pull back from the wealthy class. We need to regroup and recollect ourselves and begin to heal and help each other heal. That's something that we can do all on our own. We don't have to wait for permission from anyone. We don't have to, ask for resources from anyone except each other. We have each other. That's what we have. And so we don't need to rely on someone who's going to bring constant instability into our lives, whether it be the narcissist who has abusive tendencies and you don't know if he's like going to blow up and, beat the dog or something. You can't have those unstable things. Humanity cannot have these unstable acts by the wealthy class. It's people who don't understand property rights, people who don't understand shared intention, people who don't understand heart and humanity and what it means to live by those things. I'm not a religious person at all, but I do love quotes. And one of my favorite quotes is, "As for me and my house," from the Bible, "we will serve the Lord." And if you think about that, if you remove the word Lord, "As for me and my house, we will serve a higher purpose. As for me and my house, we will serve only good." What does that mean? What is that quote saying? I think it says, yes, you will do good acts, right? You will do acts that will serve a higher purpose, right? But it also means that we don't allow for suffering, right? We suffer what we allow. We don't need to do that. So that's just something I want you guys to think about. An update, we are going to be getting, I don't know when, I'm not tech savvy. I'm trying to figure it out, but hopefully somebody's going to help me. If you can help me with some computer stuff, you guys, reach out and let me know. My email address is admin@betterthan.world. Please go to betterthan.world. Check out our Better Than Barter app. Look at our donation page. It explains exactly what we're doing with the Just One Billionaire campaign and how you can get involved in the early stages, becoming a founding member of Better Than Barter, and how you can donate, how you can help us support our developers. We're getting so close, you guys. All we need to do is just chip in together. One more thing. We're asking Just One Billionaire to match funds that are raised by this campaign. The campaign ends August 30th, and we're asking 1 billionaire to match funds. So I just say, like, let's go all in, you guys. Whatever, if you can afford $5, donate $5. If you can afford 50, donate 50. If you can afford 500, 5,000, I don't care. Just let's stack it up. You know, it's going to cost a lot of money to get this off the ground. We're in the end, middle to end stages of development of the app so that we can actually test it, boots on the ground, test the app. So every dollar that you donate is going to add up and is going to pull more money out of Just One Billionaire. That's what we want. We need an olive branch extended by the wealthy class, at least one by the wealthy class, saying we care about community, we care about not allowing anymore, and we don't want to be a part of it. That's what we're trying to do. So if this fires you up, if what I spoke about today, if it encourages you, if it inspires you, if it makes you believe in yourself a little bit more, please go check out betterthan.world and check out our donation page. Flip through all of the pictures of the app so you can get a sense of how it's going to work and what we're going to do with it. But get involved. Again, email me, admin@betterthan.world. I would love to hear from you, especially if you have ideas about how we can propel this forward. We're building a wave of momentum right now, you guys, with our attention focused on this campaign. We are building a wave of momentum. So how much power can we put behind that? Let's get together. Let's do it. I'm so excited. And thank you all so much for tuning in and following what I've got going on. It touches me in my heart, you guys. I thank you so much for your support. Share the campaign if you can. Use hashtag #JustOneBillionaire. Maybe come up with some sweet memes for me. That would be awesome. And I'll be back again tomorrow. Every day I'll be here till August 30th. And then hopefully I've got a really shocking and amazing update at the end of this campaign for you guys. I hope so. But all right, I'm going to end it here. Thanks. Thank you. Bye-bye.